SparStar Promotions is proud to present the rerounds of mixed martial arts in the bantamweight division. This bout is sponsored in part by Fit Junkies. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Grady Thomas. And now, introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing black trunks trimmed in gold. He is training out of Team Alay and Saxon's Muay Thai by way of Kyrgyzstan. He weighted 135 pounds. Tonight, he is making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Nurdin Shailookul. His opponent across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing black trunks trimmed in pink. He is training out of Team Oyama, Irvine, California, by way of Santa Ana. He weighed 135 pounds. His record, 1 win with no losses. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Zayn Patel. All right, fans, here we go. The rerounds of mixed martial arts in the bantamweight division.
All right, John.
Well, I stand corrected. I took a guess.
John, don't beat yourself up over this.
I'm very upset. I've met a lot of Kyrgyzstanis.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah,
proper
I think so, John.
nomenclature? Just since the
John, there's a
the
fight
war,
in front of us. You're
yes,
good. All right.
all of those nations right around all the Istans, if you will, can produce some amazing fighters.
Absolutely, and look at this.
Oh.
Ingenuity catches a foot and continues
And here another
to pummel.
Oh, look at that. This is like
Well,
a
I think we might
Ukigoshi, I
see. He's
believe.
looking for a suplex here, and we might get it. He's just maybe a little heavy up top, but now he may have to settle for taking the back here. It's a little fast, but he may be able to drag him down here. So Zayn is having to play a little bit of defense, and he's been fighting the grips decently so far, but this is going to get faster, I think, John.
A little risky putting in that second hook while standing. I thought he was going to try to drag him down and then throw in the hook, but I like the aggression.
I mean,
Nice from Zayn.
excellent grip. Yep.
Yep. And this is the problem with trying to just jump on the back.
Oh,
This level
good
change, very nicely done.
And you know what's so great is every time he gets him at a little bit of maybe a half tick, maybe a tenth of a second before you can get a reaction out of Zayn, he just continues to go, all right, let's just push you around and see what happens as a result of that. Oh, nice clip there by Zayn, by the way. Excellent recognition, but it just looks like Nurdin has a relentless pressure that now Zayn's starting to find some timing
a couple
on.
of times, pretty good. That was to the body that just pushed him back, but the last couple that Zayn have landed flush on the head have actually visibly changed the stance of his opponent. So see if that'll affect him as he lands more, if he can land more. Still just 10 seconds left to go in this first round. Both of these guys are very good.
Absolutely.
To see them wearing shin guards is surprising. That signifying that they're newer to fighting amateur MMA.
So I want to point this out just from my perspective. You saw that Nurdin at the very beginning of that fight, relentless pressure. Zayn was keeping up with them, but he was maybe a little bit behind. Then Zayn started connecting. And when he started connecting, you notice Nurdin wasn't rushing anymore. He was a little bit more reserved. So it looked like Zayn got some respect in the middle of that round and was able to make sure that, hey, if you're going to rush in, I can kind of stay on pace with you, even if it looks like you have the advantage. And I think you mentioned something that came back a little bit later for Nurdin, which is he was trying to get those hooks in while standing up. And you notice that Zayn felt very comfortable fighting that grip. Got that 2-on-1, stepped to the outside, and moved so aggressively he was tripping on his way out, and yet still was like, but it's better than getting choked.
Yes. Really, like Zayn really turned that round around because they really had a false start there. Yeah,
they're ready to go, John.
They are ready to go. These guys need longer rounds. They're too good to. I mean, the amount of fights that they've had, this is the appropriate time for the rounds, but these guys are definitely skilled beyond their what you would see in their
years, their record,
their
experience.
I'm so fixated on
I mean,
how Nurdin's going to come out on this one and what Zayn's
Nice,
going to do
Zayn.
to counter, and they're great.
Oh, and Nurdin
counters.
wants all of the smoke.
He does. These guys are both game. It's fantastic to watch.
I mean, the nice part is look at how much more set Nurdin is right now. And a lot of it has to do with maybe seeing that Zayn is countering some of his stuff and that maybe he doesn't want to leave himself too much open.
Interesting, too, because Nurdin is the way that he's wrestling. Oof, oh, man, they are just really throwing hard. Nice.
Yeah.
Catches that foot, puts him down, and Nurdin is very good from the body lock. We've seen already. See if Zayn can.
I think he wants to try and drag
Oh, he's got
him.
one of the
He
hands.
does have
They're
one of
not
the hands.
connected. So,
But again, even
good.
for one hand,
Yes.
John.
Typically, that's not even a very high percentage
No.
style takedown. Zayn's got to watch out about turning around and reaching back. He
Yeah.
might, especially because Nurdin did want to suplex earlier. This could be very, very dangerous if he decides to do that. Here's throwing in that broomstick. This is what I
This
like.
is better.
This
Yes.
back take. Now I like that from. Oh, nice trip.
But look, it's
Yes.
what I was talking about a little bit earlier, which is Zayn can match him on that pace. You know, he might be slightly behind, but he's still in that game. And I mean, it's impressive to be able to neutralize that energy that Nurdin's putting out there.
Good leg kick from Zayn.
And you know what's great is Zayn, it can throw you off your game. It can maybe get to you mentally. He gets right back into it and goes right back to the game plan when he has those scrambles.
Man, some of the
Oh, nice.
There, nice tag from Zayn again. Oh man, these are these are some tense rounds. Some of the camera angles too, from when they're thrown heavy like that, you can't tell how close they are, and it looks like they're maybe connecting. But
It
I
is
think if they
difficult to
would,
put. Yeah.
they would be putting them down. So.
Something to consider there is if you are trying to score those rounds, it is difficult because Nurdin in that last round has a little bit of control, but you might see Zayn as the one who's connecting a little bit more. And in that first round, it's a little bit jumpy because you saw so much control from Nurdin and that he was kind of dominating at least that element. So now you look at round 3, as is, tale as old as time. How do you go into round 3? And if you're Zayn, that calmness, that composure is winning you this fight. If you're Nurdin, you kind of have to create those scrambles and be able to utilize that wrestling and get just a little more control. Maybe trip him up with a little bit more of a less is more approach.
Yeah. I think the problem is that both of these guys are good at striking and grappling. I think Nurdin has a little slight advantage in the grappling, and Zayn has a slight advantage in the striking. So it's hard to say, like, go hard on just one or the other.
Ooh,
Or
that
this
kick
leg
definitely helped.
Yep. That one was checked, though. So let's see if he decides to throw more. He does throw
Nice.
more right away. So the check didn't hurt him, and that knee is compromised.
Yeah.
Or the leg, at least. Oh,
And
yes,
if he continues
you
to
can see
go
him.
there, I think that is
It's
well
starting to
spent.
deaden the leg, yep. Oh.
And it's opening up the body and the head for him, too.
Yeah, this is dangerous for Nurdin now. The longer he sits there and takes this, the less mobile he'll be, and the better the striking to the head will be for Zayn.
Well, not just that, but it's making Nurdin a little off target when he's trying to strike right now. Zayn looking really good right now, and that was...
Oh, you should keep on in
Oh,
her.
interesting.
Yes,
You know?
Don't know if I love that from Zayn. Nurdin should have tried to like body lock or something and keep that. Yes, keep the space.
That was the right
Nicely
choice.
timed.
I was with you on that, John. The only thing I would say to credit Zayn on that was he kind of indulged it for a second and then said, let me stand back up with you.
Yeah.
And again, the smarter choice, but here he still gets taken down, so now he has a different problem to solve.
Well, it's good because he was able to get away clean, which is that matters a lot, right?
Yep.
And if you do start throwing in these takedowns, it does get them guessing. They don't know what's going to happen. Are you going to take him down? Are you going to hit him in the face? So it is one more thing to think about. It can make your striking more effective. But
And if you're Nurdin, you probably really need to commit to trying to pass this guard because, you know, it's a lot to hang on this round. when it's so uncertain on that score. Staying on the inside when you do see how active Zayn is, trying to be from his back. You know, the takedown matters, but what are you doing with that takedown?
Yeah, I think this is the problem. Normally, you get the takedown and you control most of the round on the ground,
right,
and you're throwing some punches within the closed guard, or the guard's not closed, but you're within between both of the legs. You're winning that round. Yeah. But Zayn was throwing more punches off his back, so then it gets weird to score.
It's difficult because you say, well, one person initiated the takedown, got the takedown, fairly confidently, fairly objective, but then maybe wasn't peppering him with punches in there. And with that open guard, you started to see a little bit of Nurdin, like, not necessarily connecting there, but having good control. Meanwhile, Zayn recognizes the position, says, I did get taken down. Let me at least try hitting him. Let me connect a little bit more, and is looking more active off his back. So when a fight is this close, you mentally have to be ready for those judges to maybe go the other way. And there is a distinct possibility that could happen here. And it's a shame because if you look at the takedown ability of Nurdin, there's excellent wrestling there. There is also excellent
really
striking.
Yeah.
But if he unlocks that next level of being able to connect that wrestling with his striking, that is a very dangerous fighter. And having said that, Zayn showing us right now, there's an early emergence of somebody who has a very solid fight IQ.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have our decision. All 3 judges cage side scored the bout 29-28 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision. The blue corner, Nurdin Shailookul.